It's 2010. I'm in the middle of a grocery store, in the middle of an aisle, with tears streaming down my face, and I'm completely terrified. The reason that I'm terrified and crying is because I was trying to challenge myself to eat new foods, and that was one thing my entire life, struggling with my weight and my eating disorder, that I was totally terrified of, was changing what I ate. I was trying to choose a sauce in the sauce and condiment aisle to go with the stir fry that I planned for that week. It was the hardest thing I've ever had to do in my life. The reason why I was there doing that is because a few months before, I had checked myself into a facility that treats eating disorders. I had been on the wait list for 4 years to treat my binge eating disorder. When I got there, you have to do a sort of interview, intake process. And the first thing that they said to me was, we do not treat binge eating disorder anymore. You were on the wait list for 4 years, so we have to honor you, but we don't treat binge eating disorder anymore. So when I had got the call after 4 years, I thought that a miracle was happening. I thought I was gonna go into the facility and heal and never have to deal with my eating disorder ever again. And that moment, my spirit completely broke. And I felt totally out of place because they didn't have the tools to treat me anymore. So I was there with people dealing with eating disorders, but none of them had what I had, and I couldn't relate to anyone else. I thought. I wasn't ready for that program. I don't want to deter anyone from going to a facility for what I'm about to say next, because everyone heals differently. When that happened, I knew in my heart that the program wasn't for me, but I still had this, I was holding on to this miracle that if I stayed, I could get healed forever. So I tried to do the program, but immediately I was told, for 2 weeks, you're not allowed to go outside. I couldn't go outside. I had to stay on my floor with other people that had eating disorders. I was not allowed to go into the general public, which there were tons of different other programs there as well. Everyone ate together, but the eating disorder ward was not allowed for a certain amount of time. So I felt like a prisoner, really. And then you have to eat at a specific time every day, and you are timed when you eat. You only have a certain amount of time to eat. And if you don't finish, everybody has to wait for you. So if you don't finish in that time, all of the girls get mad at you. And so you have to eat, and nobody can leave the table until everyone is done. Then you have to sit while a staff comes in and checks every person's plate to make sure that they didn't hide food and that they ate everything. Then you go to a group, you're in a group session, and if you didn't finish, everyone gets to tell you they're mad at you because you didn't finish and you made them sit at the table. And then after that, you have to sit there for half an hour so that you're not alone and don't try to engage in your eating disorder. And if you have to go to the bathroom, you have to go with a staff, and they have to stand outside the door in case you start to, engage in your eating disorder in the bathroom. So yes, that's necessary for some people, but immediately your trust is taken when you haven't even done anything yet. So I kind of felt like I should have been allowed to just be, and then if I made a mistake, then go through that process, but that's not what happened. So on the third day, I knew in my heart I couldn't be there. That was not the program for me. I wasn't ready for needing to eat certain foods in a certain amount of time. I wasn't ready for that, and I knew I could heal on my own. When I told them, they were not happy with me, and they said, well, I thought you wanted to heal, and I just said I can't be here. My mom was mad at me, but Kyle got it. and he understood and he supported me and he came and got me. And I knew I still needed help, so I found a local program, counseling program that treated people with eating disorders. And it was a group session that I went to every week. And I felt immediately like that was the place I needed to be. And I learned a lot of valuable information there, especially about nutrition. So that brought me to knowing if I wanted to change my life, if I wanted to lose weight and keep it off and heal from my eating disorder, I needed to change my thinking and I needed to let go of some of my control. And by letting go of control, I had to try new foods. That was one thing that I couldn't keep anymore, was eating the same safe foods all the time. So that was why I was at the grocery store in that moment bawling. It was the hardest thing I've ever had to do, but I chose the sauce and I ate the sauce. And that was even harder to actually eat it than to buy it. But the reason why we wanted to make this video and I wanted to share that experience with you is because you need to trust your heart and your instincts, and you know what you need deep down, even if you're not ready to admit it yet, in order to heal from anything. If you want to lose weight and keep it off, or if you have an eating disorder that you're battling and you want to heal from it, it is very possible. And how you do anything, how you reach your goals, is by taking one small step at a time. You need to let go of your fear. Fear is going to keep you stuck there. You will never be able to get out of it if you don't let go of your fear. And by letting go of your fear, you also need to let go of control. And an eating disorder is surrounded by the need to control. Mine was the need to control small things, because that was all I could control. So only eating certain foods was how I felt in control of my life. One small step at a time, friends. You try that food, and it felt like the world was ending when I had to do it. But in reality, if you try a food and you don't like it, you don't have to eat it ever again. You don't ever have to try it again. It's done. It's okay. But the fact that you tried that food takes you from being stuck and propels you one small step forward. That means you're farther than you were before. So every small step you take, then go out and try a different food, or wear a color that you never wore. I only wore black ever. So go buy a purple shirt or do your hair different. One small step at a time. Stepping outside of your comfort zone breaks your fear and it lets go just a little bit of that control. And it's okay to not be in control and have everything structured. And that is a huge fear when you have an eating disorder, is the letting go of your safe things, your safe surroundings. So just know you don't have to do everything at once. What heals you, what helps you lose the weight and keep it off, is the small steps. All of those steps build and build and build into the big result, which is healing from your eating disorder and not needing to engage in it anymore. The losing weight and keeping it off for good. The not having to think about food or weight or scales every minute, every second of the day. That small steps lead into all of that. So friends, know that even, and I'm not gonna lie to you, it is very hard. It is scary, but letting yourself go in that place and being scared and breaking through that and trying things you're not used to or doing things you're not used to, it's gonna get you where you wanna go. And you are stronger than your fear. You are stronger than anything trying to pull you down. Believe that and know that. And know that I was at a very, very low place and I never thought I could get out. And you can get out. If I can get out, you can get out, and you are not alone. Because there are tons of people out there. I was one of them. Kyle was one of them. We were there and we got out. So just know that every small step you take is going to get you out. It's one small step at a time, friends. You can do it. We're here for you. You got this. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please feel free to, leave questions or comments or anything down below. And we just want to inspire you to really believe in yourself and do it. You can do it, friends. Get to it. Bye.
Bye,
We
guys.
love you, friends. Losing weight, it's not just a physical thing. It's here and it's here. Fight through it. You can do it. Don't give up.